I am calling it right now. 2026 is going to be the year of pop-ups and trunk shows.
The Business of Apparel podcast is your one-stop shop to learn how to launch, grow, and scale your apparel brand. I'm your host, Rachel Erickson. Now let's jump in.
Welcome back to the Business of Apparel podcast, where today we're going to talk a little bit about an old strategy that's coming back into the fashion world as kind of a new strategy for your business. And it's the pop-up and the trunk show. I don't know if you remember trunk shows, but it was kind of the old way of getting new customers to come see your product, get to touch, feel, try on your product in a way that was very, very personal, very, very curated. And they kind of evolved into what we called pop-ups, right? Where you do like a pop-up shop. Maybe you go to a local market, or maybe you find a retail space for rent. And so you just want to open it up for a few months. And that's your pop-up right there. Lululemon did a lot of these. If you're into cycling like I am, Rafa did a lot of these for a while, where they would just open up a shop for a few months. People would get really, really excited that they were in their neighborhood, that they were in their city. And they would go and they would shop like hell at these pop-up shops. And Rafa and Lulu would get to then have like this curated experience with their customers. They would get to learn about the market that they maybe weren't in yet. So let's say, for example, that they came here to Boulder and they open up a pop-up shop. They now get to learn about the customer in Boulder. Are they really, really interested in buying yoga tights or travel pants? Are they really, really interested in buying mountain bike gear or road cycling gear? And those are the kinds of insights that they can then bring back home to their corporate offices and decide if it's the right next step for them to open up a permanent shop in that area. Maybe they also learn that there's not a lot of great shoppers in that city or in that town. And so they can decide, okay, we tried this pop-up, we sold a few things, we did, maybe we broke even on the entire endeavor. Great. We didn't get enough traction though, and so we're not going to open up a shop there. We didn't take a huge risk. I've seen a lot of brands decide to go to like farmers markets, see if they can get a booth at a farmers market, especially on the day when they do like the creative side. I don't know about you, but like here in Boulder, our farmers market is like an every other week. So every other week there's like jewelry makers and painters, and there's like a creative market alongside the every single week where we have, vegetables and fruits and all of that good stuff. And so I've seen a lot of brands really deciding to show up at places like that and see if they can get into the community. One of the great things that happens when you get out there, whether you're doing a trunk show, okay, so let's talk about trunk shows here first too. When I imagine a trunk show and I think back to the way that these used to be done, it was like a little VIP party. Like certain people got invites to come to the trunk show to see either a new collection or to see kind of what was going on with the brand. And there might have been like hors d'oeuvres and champagne. And again, depending on what kind of vibe you want to put down. But those were that was like the trunk show vibe. And it was almost like a Tupperware party for your brand. Like you would just invite certain people. They would get to see everything in person. They would get to try the product. You as the owner, and this is what I was about to say about all of this, you as the owner get to put into your own words, this is like the ultimate long form content. You get to stand there with your customers, ask them questions, poll them, survey them, have them try on the clothes, have them feel the fabrics, get their opinion in real time, see their faces, understand what kind of emotions they're actually having, not just reading text reviews that they're maybe putting on your website. There is so much personal opportunity when you do like a trunk show, a pop-up, or maybe you're going to a farmer's market or you're going to a market, or maybe you're doing like a collab with someone. And so you guys are going in together to figure out how to show up at a festival, show up at a race, and you're getting a booth together or something like that. There are so many different ways that you can show up in person. You can go to trade shows. You can get a booth at a trade show.
You started your apparel brand a few years ago with a vision. And maybe you've thought to yourself, I should be able to figure this out on my own, right? Or maybe you've been searching for a quick fix, like a new manufacturer, believing that's the missing piece. But what if the real problem isn't your manufacturer? What if the secret to scaling isn't doing more, but doing it differently? What if you could stop wasting money on the wrong things and avoid costly mistakes? What if you could gain insider knowledge and community support from a team that has over 70 years of combined experience working for the hugest brands on the planet? Introducing my Masterclass, Secrets Behind Billion-Dollar Apparel Brands. This Masterclass is for you if you're ready to stop feeling stuck, frustrated, and insecure. It's time to stop putting out fires and start building a profitable, fulfilling brand that can stand the test of time. Join me and learn the real talk, transparent mentorship that the industry doesn't offer. Discover how to create a brand that works for you, not the other way around. Go to thebusinessofapparel.com/secrets and sign up today.
Now, the hard part about this is that none of this is free, right? We've all been figuring out how to leverage these low-cost online businesses. So our Shopify store, sure, we have to pay Shopify every single month for our subscription. And, maybe sure we have some apps attached to that we have to pay for, but that's very, very low cost compared to needing to pay for a booth at a trade show or needing to rent out a space for a few months to see if you're a good fit for that market. Those can be very expensive endeavors, but I do think we're going to see a lot more of them in 2026 because we are entering this era where everyone who stays online and only leverages AI. I'm going to say it. Now, I know I also keep saying you need to learn AI. You do. You do need to learn AI and you need to figure out how to leverage it properly for your brand. But if you only rely on AI and become one of those brands who sounds and feels like a bot, you will start to lose customers. Customers are going to start to become really savvy to this really fast. This is moving at like lightning speed, all of this new AI technology, and everyone is kind of getting into it in different ways, but customers are starting to notice and starting to pay attention to when they get involved with brands who are just using AI, they're not actually putting any effort into their customer base, versus brands who are going to become a lot more community-based. And so by doing a trunk show and showing up in person, by doing a pop-up and having a brand new store in a market that you may not have had one in before, by doing a collab and being a real person with another real brand who wants to build community, by doing those kinds of things, having conversations, showing your own personality, right? People want to know who you are. And that goes right hand in hand with getting yourself out there on social media. Be the face of your brand. Now, we have started to curate a certain look, right? Like you're looking at me probably a certain way on Instagram or on LinkedIn right now. My face fills most of the page. We're looking at whether that needs to evolve here in 2026. We're looking at some different ways in which to set up like kind of a new studio space so that as we're recording, things maybe start to take on a little bit more of a professional look. But it's also become a recognizable way that people know me. People know my brands. People understand that when they see my face in the screen in that, vertical format, they know it's me talking on the podcast, or they know it's me talking Money Mondays. And hopefully that's starting to gain some clout in you knowing that I'm out here every single week, at least twice a week, giving you as much free information as I possibly can, right? That's what our brand stands for. That's what we are built on. And so it's important that that starts to become a consistent thing. But I had to get my face on camera. I had to start being willing to talk to this camera. I'm looking right at the lens right now. Hopefully you think I'm looking right at you right now. That's the goal. I could teach you all of these different things that I learned in media training about getting in front of the camera. That's part of what we are helping our community with in the board. They need to be getting on camera too. They need to be getting their face out to the public. They need to be getting their story out to the public. They need their community to know who they are, why they built their brand, and you do too. And if you're in person at different events and you're showing up and you're making community a priority, that is going to start setting you heads above the rest of your competition. So if you are considering your year and maybe you haven't mapped it all out yet, I really recommend that you do sit down and maybe plan an in-person event this year where you can get out into the community and talk to your customers, talk to your clients, be in person with them. Let them know exactly what you stand for. Let them figure out a little bit about who you are. Those are going to be the key things in 2026 that I think we really need to be looking at as fashion and apparel brands. And if you are afraid to put yourself out there, I want you to try it just once. I will bet you that once you get yourself out there and you start connecting with your client base and you start connecting with your customers, it will be so much better than that picture of that fearful incident, whatever you're fearful of. I bet you it will be so much better than that, and that fearful event won't even happen. I bet it's something that you're making up in your head. So I really encourage you to think about just putting one on your calendar. If it goes really well, you can book a second. Put a little bit of a budget against it, and then see what it can do for you. See what it can do for your business. See how it might feel to connect with your customers in person.
You've put in the hours, you've mastered the fundamentals, and your brand is no longer a passion project. But somewhere along the way, the hustle that got you here started to feel like a trap. You're building a business, not just making clothes, and you're starting to wonder if you'll ever crack the code to consistent, profitable growth. What if I told you that industry's top brands aren't just working harder, they're working smarter, with a clear blueprint for everything from line planning to streamlining their supply chain? This is the insider knowledge that's typically kept behind closed doors, but now it's accessible to you. Introducing The Board, an annual membership designed to give you that strategic advantage. Led by a team with over 70 years of combined experience, we provide the honest, real talk mentorship you need to move from busy to truly successful. We'll show you how to focus on the small, consistent actions that lead to massive progress, helping you build a legacy without the burnout. It's time to stop second-guessing yourself and start building with purpose. Don't pay attention to the chaos. Pay attention to what actually matters. Join the board and unlock the proven systems that will transform your brand. Go to thebusinessofapparel.com to find the option that's right for you. I can't wait to see you in there.
We are going to be showing up at Magic in Las Vegas on February 17th and 18th this year. We are already booked out for Tuesday. For February the 17th is already booked. We booked up really fast. We have no more slots open for February to help you walk the show or to do power hours with you. But there are still some slots available for Wednesday the 18th. So we will be there for both days. If you are interested in signing up for a slot for Wednesday, February 18th at Magic, where me and my team can help you walk the show, help you have professional conversations with manufacturers, suppliers, mills, trim suppliers, you name it. If you want our help, please go to thebusinessofapparel.com/events. And you'll be able to book time with us through the event link that talks about Magic, okay? There are still some slots left. If you're already going to Magic and you're not 100% confident in having those conversations on your own, you're not exactly sure what kind of manufacturers or suppliers you're looking for, that's what we're going to help with. Head over to thebusinessofapparel.com/events and sign up. We would love to see you there. That is going to be our first in-person event for 2026 in February. And we're going to do that too. We're just going to see how it goes. We're going to see if it helps our community. We're going to see what kind of engagement we can get. We're going to see how much joy we have just being out with the public, with our community. Because it's been a minute since we've been to a trade show. And we've been also very comfy running our business from an online perspective. But we realize that right now it's important to get out there. So I hope to see you at Magic. Even if you don't want to sign up for a slot and you'd love to just say hello, or you'd love to meet up, or maybe have a cup of coffee or something, please reach out to me. You can always put comments below if you're watching here in YouTube, or you can go to thebusinessofapparel.com/contact. You can sign up for our newsletter. Guys, if you ever reply to any of the newsletters that we send out to you every single week, it literally goes directly to me. So if you want to reply to any of those emails and you want to ask a question, or you want to propose meeting up at Magic, please just reply and say, hey, Rach, I'd love to meet up at Magic. I don't want to sign up for a time slot, but I'd love to just say hello. Send me a reply. I would love to hear from you. I would love to meet you in person. It's a great opportunity for all of us who are going to be in Las Vegas at that time to find ways to just put a face with a name, right? So I encourage you to really do that. 2026 is going to be a very, very powerful year. I can already feel it. The energy is high. I know I always feel this way at the turn of a new year, but I really think 2026 is going to be different. So many of us had to go through hard learnings and tough times in 2025, and it just made us smarter. It made us better. It made us grow. It made us understand what we're not willing to put up with anymore. And so if that's you and you had a hard 2025 and you're just down on everything about your business right now, I want you to know that there's a reason you went through all of that in 2025. There's a reason that year was hard, so that you could take learnings from it and now apply it to a much better 2026. If you haven't taken the time to evaluate what you've learned, what you're proud of, what went well in 2025, and then what you can do even better in 2026, take the time to do it. It will make you feel like you're in so much more control over what's going to happen in this year. I know that when I did those exercises, it was so opening for me. It was just so unexpected too, for me to find all of those different little proud moments that I had of myself for the year. You know, we hit some goals, we exceeded some goals, and then we didn't hit some other goals. And only dwelling on the goals that we didn't hit, which is typically my MO, is not the way forward, right? That's not a positive way to move into a new year. So we're celebrating what we learned, we're celebrating the wins, we're celebrating what we're proud for, and we're just really, really grateful to be moving into a new year. We're grateful for you. Thank you so much for being here with me this week and every week. If you liked this episode and you think someone else could learn from it, please share it with them. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next week.
Thank you so much for listening to the Business of Apparel podcast. I would so appreciate hearing your thoughts on the show. And if you know someone who could benefit from it, please share it with them. My biggest desire is to help other apparel professionals understand the nuances of our industry so we can all work toward making better product for a better world. If you would like to connect further, I love to invite you to send me a message through my website, thebusinessofapparel.com, where I do weekly trainings through my YouTube video channel, a weekly newsletter, blog articles, and so many more resources to help you start and scale a profitable apparel brand. This podcast is produced by Box 7 Media, who I cannot speak highly enough of. If you're looking to start your own podcast, you can reach out to Jeremy at Box 7 Media on LinkedIn anytime.